on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. We're in the same spot as we were last week, and we got another video for you guys, and we're uploading on Friday instead of Thursday this week and instead of Monday like usual, but we're not going to end the upload streak of posting a video once a week. So Erica, my girlfriend, went through the great banquet last weekend. I was busy going to all the functions for that, which I absolutely loved, and I wouldn't trade for anything because the presence of God was everywhere and it just overtakes you, and it's amazing. And I hope that if you guys have never experienced that, that you try to experience that, because I really do think it's life-changing. But that's not what we're here to talk about in today's video. We're here to answer some of the questions that you guys have about the Ruxifey Switchback mirror lights. So about probably a year ago, I made a video installing the mirror lights, and I didn't see any videos on YouTube about installing those mirror lights, so I was like, hey, I should probably make a video about that. That would probably be very helpful. But I didn't think that it was going to get the traction that I got, and I didn't think that I was going to get as many questions as I've gotten throughout the year of installing those. So I'm going to try to answer all the questions that I've been getting. I get maybe 2 to 3 probably a week about the mirror lights. So I'm going to try to answer those questions for you guys. And most of the questions that I've been getting about the mirror lights through the past year are usually all the same. I apologize for not incorporating those steps. Let's get into the video. I'll stop talking. We'll get into the video. It is dark, so bear with me. I'm going to use a flashlight, which, to be honest with you, I think is actually going to work out a little bit better. So yeah, let me answer these questions for you guys, and hopefully this helps you if you're about to install these mirror lights. And here's the part 2. Let's get into it. Alright, so let's just get into this video. It should be pretty simple. Alright, so we're on the passenger side here, and this is probably where everybody gets a little confused, and I'm going to try to do my best. It is kind of a tight quarters, and it is a little bit hard to, you know, kind of show, but I'm going to try my best to give you guys all the answers that you're looking for. Like I said, we're on the passenger side, and on the passenger side kick panel, there's a fuse panel, and in the fuse panel, that is where we're going to tap into your parking lights. And if you guys don't know what your parking lights are, most of the time they're your amber lights. So with that being said, if you guys really can't figure out the pin to connect to on this passenger side kick panel fuse panel, holy crap, that was a lot of panels, sorry, bear with me. You guys can tap into your headlight parking lamps, and you can do that. I don't advise it because it's a little bit more wire, and you gotta kind of, you know, run the wire to your headlights, take your headlights off, splice into your headlights, and I would say that you're gonna have more issues with wiring to that than doing how I did it. So here's the fuse panel right up in here. Disregard those 2 T's. Those go to my pillar gauges, so you guys don't need to worry about those. Down here you have 2 connectors, okay? Actually there's multiple connectors, but there's 2 connectors that you can pop off. So connector 1 that you can pop off is right here where my finger's at. So you don't want to do that. As you can see that I tapped into that. On the connectors, there's a little bitty tiny numbers where you can see it, but you don't want to use the bottom one. So disregard that. You're going to want to use this top one. So this top one up here. Okay, so on this connector, this is a 10-pin connector. On this connector, you want to tap into pin 6. So pin 6 for me is they go down. So the top right pin on here is 1, going down is 2, going down is 3, going down is 4, going down is 5, and then starting at the top is 6. It is a yellow wire with a green tracer. So if you don't know what that means, it's the yellow wire, and then there's a line that goes through it. I'm not sure if that's the color for all 09 to 14 F-150s. The wiring harness probably changed. I do have a 2014 F-150, so that might help. But it should be the same wire in the same pin. It shouldn't be different. Just go to your manual, go to your fuse panel, find the parking lamp, tap into whatever wire that is. So you can even use a fuse. You can even use a fuse tap on the fuse panel if you know what fuse it is or whatever. I mean, it should work if you tie it into your parking lamp and shouldn't have any issues. Again, worst case scenario, you can run it to your parking lamp on your headlight, tap it in there. I don't advise it, but you can do that. So I hope that that solves that problem. Okay, that's one of the biggest problems is, where's pin 6? I tried tapping into pin 6 and it doesn't, the lights don't turn off. So from my experience, you saw how I tapped into the one wire and I said disregard that. It's actually the bottom one does have 6 pins, and I tapped into pin 6 and the lights worked fine, they just didn't turn off. So I then found that the connector on the top, which is a 10-pin connector, so just keep that in mind. 10-pin connector is what you're connecting to, and you're using the 6th pin, which is yellow with a green tracer. Tap into that. Should be good to go. Okay, so that is one of the biggest questions that I have. So I think that that, you know, solidifies that. So we're now going to go to question number 2 that I get a ton. So question number 2 is, how did I run the wire from the driver's side to the passenger side? So we're now on the driver's side, but thankfully for me, I do have a center console. So I know some of you guys probably don't have a center console because you have like an XL or an XLT, and some of them don't have center consoles. So I can't help you there. You're just gonna have to get creative, I suppose. But for me, what I did, which is you're not gonna be able to see very well. Here, let me turn my truck on so my lights pop on. But for me, I ran it through the firewall, like under the carpet, through the center console, all the way over there to the passenger kick panel where the fuses are. So that's pretty self-explanatory. I get a ton of questions on that. That's how I did it. That's question number 2 that I get asked a ton. So that's how I did it. And now question 3, and honestly, probably going to conclude this video. Again, I told you it's going to be pretty simple. Question 3 is, how do you get the wire from the door into the cab? And trust me, this isn't my favorite thing to do, but realistically, it's kind of your only option. I've known a lot of people to do these mirror lights, and this is what they do. You can go through the hassle of getting it through the boot, but to be honest with you, I'm gonna go to the passenger side real quick just because I have that flashlight over there. The best thing you can do, unless you want to try to fish it through that boot, but it is just literally putting it through the door and putting it through this seal. Not my favorite thing, but it really hasn't caused me any issues. So if that bothers you a lot, or you hate the red wire that goes into it, which I kind of do, you can just use a black ground wire. Just mark it as, you know, as your hot wire and your positive wire, and it'll look a little bit better. Again, you could probably feed it through that boot, but good luck. I tried. It's not easy. If somebody knows how to do it super easy, please show me how to do that, because I'll probably rewire these to hide that wire. But that's what I did. So those are the main questions that I get for the Ruxifey mirror switchback lights. They're really cool. One of my favorite mods to my truck, honestly. They're like 50 bucks for the whole entire set. It's really an inexpensive mod, and it really does change the front end look of your truck so much. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's going to conclude today's video. Before we get out of here, we're going to read the Bible verse of the day. Again, like I said in the last video, if you didn't watch it, in the end, I explained that I'm on a mission to spread the word of Jesus. So if you guys don't like Jesus, if you haven't met Jesus, or you want to meet Jesus, I recommend it. I recommend the meeting and wanting to meet Jesus. If you haven't met Jesus and you want to meet Jesus, let me know. I'm sure that I can get the resources together to help you transition into that part of your life. I would say my introduction to Jesus was pretty simple, but for some of you, it might take a little more pushing. And if you're on that verge, I again am on a mission to spread the word of Jesus. I would like to dedicate a small portion of each of my videos to a little bit of God. So if you guys don't like that, that's why I'm going to usually put them at the end of the video. You can click off of it. That's fine with me. I really would appreciate if you would at least hear me out, or, you know, be a little open-minded. If not, I understand. So again, why I'm putting them at the end of the video. I'm going to start off simple. We're going to go to the YouVersion app, and we're going to see what the Bible verse of the day is. And I'm going to kind of keep it open-ended. I'm just going to read it, and if you guys have something to say about it, you guys can comment that down below. Or if you interpret it a different way, or you just think it's stupid, I guess you can comment that too. You're not going to change my mind, but freedom of choice. So let's do this. Okay, so the Bible verse of the day I have pulled up is Philippians 4:9, and that reads, "Whatever you have learned or received or heard from me or seen in me, put it into practice, and the God of peace will be with you." I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Love you, Jesus. I know you're watching down upon me, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. It's going to get a little more exciting, okay? I'm working with the time slots that I have. I hope you guys understand, which you do. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this if you love Jesus, and I'll see ya.
Do you want to let this one go? Do you wanna let this one go?